the
It says preview.
Might take a second. Here we go.
There we go.
We're gonna wait for people to like the video and stuff. Hello everyone.
Yeah, he's gonna. We're live.
We're live.
We are alive.
Hey guys.
How's everyone doing? Waiting for some people to roll in. Oh, we see a couple viewers rolling
Do
through.
you want to get it
All
on
right.
your phone, or maybe I will?
Yeah, for
So we
sure.
some
Get it up on our
comments
phone to see
for
all
the
the
comments.
all the comments today, because we know everyone's going to be so active with comments, so it's going to be a great time.
All right.
Throw us a couple likes if you can hear us loud enough. You want to pull it up on your phone so we
Tara,
can see?
can you hear us?
Let us know if at any point that you can't hear us so we can fix the volume appropriately. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Tara's done. All right.
Perfect.
So,
All right, we got some
here we
likes.
go.
Perfect.
All right, so we are here in Nashville, Tennessee at the AD conference sponsored by the NIAAA and NFHS. We are at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel. So it's a little remote Facebook Live for you guys tonight. So I'm Nick,
I'm Keirsten.
I'm Barbi.
And I'm John.
and we're going to talk to you guys about comparing scholarship packages and pretty much everything related to scholarships, college scholarships, when you're looking to
Can we get
apply
the
to
other
these
screen?
schools. And
Can we get the other screen back? Sorry, Nick.
sorry, no problem. Yeah, that's
Technical
a little
difficulties.
technical. We're back. So we're going to talk to you guys about everything scholarship related. We're going to talk to you about the difference between scholarships and grants, talk to you about all the ways to apply to scholarships. But first, before we do anything, we want you to stop what you're doing, go to our website, lockerroomtalk.com, as you already know, and rate your college coach, leave a review, help out all the high school athletes looking to play at the next level.
Yep, that and sign up to get our weekly emails. Woo! All right, so to start, I'm going to throw some facts your way. Just to put things into perspective, the NCAA has 460,000 college athletes, and the NAIA has 60,000 college athletes. That being said, the NCAA member schools provide $1.5 billion worth of money. Yeah,
Wow.
right. That's a
Wow.
lot of money. Into athletic scholarships. So that's for Division I and Division II. For NAIA, there's $450 million of scholarships available. Again, there's a huge difference in how many kids play in each conference, so that's something to keep in mind. That's why they have a smaller number. This is going to be a really fun fact. So Division I student athletes, 55% of them receive some sort of scholarship. Division II, it's 50%. But Division III, can anyone guess Division III what the percentage is? If you already know it, don't say it if you don't know.
71.9%.
I won't guess because I know.
Okay, do you know?
Not to.
Okay, all right. So it's actually 82% of Division III athletes receive some form of scholarship, which is a huge percentage, and that goes extremely unnoticed. So obviously before you can compare your scholarship packages, you need to get a scholarship. As far as that is concerned, you may want to ask some questions to the administration or the athletic aid office, or just the coach in general, depending on which division you're looking to go to. And some questions that you may want to ask are, how many are available for that team? So some teams, which Barbi will talk about in a little bit, only have a certain amount of people that they can give scholarships to. If they don't give athletic scholarships, ask what kind of other scholarships or grants they offer. What parameters do you need to meet in order to be eligible for scholarships? So do you need to maintain a certain GPA or have a certain amount of statistics or play a certain level? How much money is available in the scholarship and the length that it covers? So are you going to have to renew the scholarship every single year, or does it cover all 4 years? That being said, what happens if you redshirt, or if you're injured, or if you quit? Does that contract basically become null and void, or is it something that continues throughout? Again, questions that you need to ask because every school is different. Also, every division is different. What happens if you complete your eligibility before you get a degree? And what happens if you want to graduate early? These are all important questions that you need to think about and you need to ask ahead of time, because you don't want to potentially graduate early and not have your athletic scholarship follow through to the end, so then you can't graduate early and do whatever it is that you want to do. So we're going to move on to Nick right now. If there's any questions regarding that, feel free to post them at any point. If you like what we're saying, throw us a couple likes. But for now, Nick.
All right. So before we get into the specifics of different scholarships and everything like that, one thing I want to cover quickly is the difference between scholarships and grants. Those terms are often used interchangeably, but there is a little bit of a difference. So for the most part, scholarships are merit-based, so whether it's academic, athletic, whether you're a certain ethnicity or things like that. But grants are mostly need-based, and they're federal grants from the federal government and state grants. For state grants, usually you have to be going from that state and going to school in that state to be eligible and to get those. To apply for these grants, you fill out a form called the FAFSA, F-A-F-S-A, and then
Tongue-twister.
Seriously. And then depending on they ask you some certain questions about income and things like that, and then depending on those answers, they run it, compare it to the other kids in that class, and then they'll get your need-based aid off of that. The one thing I will say about the FAFSA is each year you can fill that out starting October 1st, and the sooner you fill that out the better, because grants such as that are on a first come first served basis. And so to have tips to filling that out, there are some tips to fill out certain ways, hopefully get yourself more money, things like that. There's various resources online, as well as your high school guidance counselor and guidance office usually will have a lot of information and help you out throughout that process.
We did get a quick comment. I'm just going to read it. But someone named Josh Brown commented and said, "What is Nick's diet? He looks phenomenal." Do you have any comments on that?
Josh, you're making me bluff on live TV. Oh, man. What is my diet? I don't know. I'm out of college.
It was hot chicken and barbecue.
Hot chicken, yeah, a lot of hot
night.
chicken down here, I'll say that. But thank you, Josh, that means a lot. You look great yourself. From what I've seen on Instagram, at Josh Brownie 7. All right.
Little shout out.
Yeah. All right, and so now moving on to scholarships.
Wait, first of all, if you think Nick looks phenomenal, throw a couple likes, maybe a couple
I'm
hearts in
gonna
there.
like that. I'm gonna like that myself. Thank you very much.
Hearts.
All right. Oh, and before I throw it to Barbie, Saul Calvetti says, "Go Barbie."
Oh, she's one of my teammates.
Go Barbie.
Go Barbie. BC volleyball.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about head count sports and equivalency sports. There are certain sports that are considered head count sports, meaning each college has a certain amount of scholarships they give to their sports. Let's say Division I men's basketball gets 13 scholarships, meaning 13 of their players are going to get 13 full scholarships. Then there are only a few sports considered head count. That is football, men's and women's basketball, women's volleyball, women's gymnastics, and women's tennis. And then on the other hand, we have equivalency sports, which it's a little bit different from the other one I just mentioned. They still get a certain amount of scholarships, but in this case, coaches can divide that scholarship money in as many players as they want. They can give one full scholarship and then like 4 half scholarships. And that allows more players to have financial help. For example, baseball gets 12 equivalency scholarships. And instead of like just having 12 players with scholarship, they can extend it up to like 17. And we have a blog on our website, which is again lockerroomtalk.com, that talks more about this, and you guys should definitely go and check it out.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about scholarship diversity. So everyone knows that football, basketball, baseball, the mainstream sports get scholarships at the D1 level. Not the NCAA kind of puts a stop on that when we get to like the D3 levels, and then you have to focus mostly on financial aid. And Keirsten, I don't know if you said this before, but I just found it really interesting, but 125,000 athletes are on some kind of financial aid programs as of right now. Yeah. So
I didn't say that, but that is a lot, yeah.
So I found that really interesting. So regional sports, we're talking like lacrosse or hockey, They will receive scholarships where they're really popular. So up in the Northeast regions, hockey will really be a popular sport up there. So they'll still receive scholarships at the D1 level. But all you rodeo fanatics out there can take a deep breath. You do still get financial aid at some colleges. So always be searching for any type of scholarship, like Keirsten said. Like it really helps. And I think in 2014 or 13, football athletes at the D1 level are now getting paid to have snacks and meals.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I think they might have started that with basketball as well.
yeah, that's right. And so I know there's a lot of talk about multi-year versus 4-year scholarships. So usually multi-year scholarships can also get renewed every year. So it is pretty much a 4-year scholarship.
Again, really quickly, if there are any questions or comments for any of us, feel free to comment or ask the question at any single time. But continue, Dad.
So yeah, no problem. So also, scholarships can come from anywhere. They can come from a booster, an organization, someone feeling that they want to make a donation in someone else's name, and create like a scholarship that comes around every year that people can apply for. So it's not necessarily, I want to go play football at Florida State or something like that, and that's the only way I can get money to pay for my college.
Yeah, awesome.
So,
You got any more fun facts for us? One thing I think that people need to realize is that there's also opportunities in NAIA. And even if you decide to go NAIA to then transfer to the Division I level, that's a completely viable option because you can get a scholarship to an NAIA school, play there for 2 years, and then transfer into the NCAA for no penalty and still get a scholarship at the NCAA level, no matter what division it is. So I think that's a route that a lot of people don't take for some reason. I know one of our interns, Bailey, she plays basketball at University of Albany, and she did that, and she said it was one of the best decisions that she ever made because it allowed her to be able to get a couple extra years under her belt, and then she was able to play basically all 4 years after that because she had way more experience. She was able to get bigger and stronger, and I'm sure that also depends on the sport because you wouldn't want to do that for tennis, but for a lot of sports that's like a very viable option for people to do. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that, but I think that kind of gets swept under the rug, and everyone wants a full ride scholarship all the time, and that's not going to happen outside of like 2% of athletes.
Right, and going off the full ride scholarship, as Barbi mentioned, some schools and some sports have the ability to offer those, but a lot of them don't. So one thing to keep in mind is, as we've touched on, besides athletic scholarships, there's various academic scholarships out there that you could apply for. Some are school. Some schools offer certain ones, and other ones are just national ones that you could apply to online. There are various websites to apply to random scholarships that we will start to talk about some of the random scholarships a little bit.
Yeah,
some of them are pretty comical, but
I just want to touch on one thing before we get to that really quickly. Barbi, can you talk to us about your international scholarship experience and what that was like for you, and just kind of talk about that a little bit for international viewers out there?
Yeah, well, for me, I got contacted from Boston College, and I got a full scholarship from them, but then I got injured actually, and like you were saying before, it's helpful to know what's going to happen if you redshirt 1 year or if you had to stop playing. My sophomore year, I took a redshirt and my scholarship still applied, and then I decided to stop playing because I physically couldn't, and I'm lucky that my scholarship still applied till I graduate. But those are the things that you need to ask your coach and make sure you have it by paper.
You're still pretty involved with the team, right?
Yes, so there are some coaches that ask you maybe to like step on the side and they don't want you involved. But I was lucky that my coach wanted me to still be present, and I still wanted to be present and be part of the team. So I was helping being like an assistant coach in practices with stats, and it was a great experience. I'm so lucky I got to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, if there are any questions for Barbi about international scholarships or any of us on scholarships in general, John, Nick, and myself all played a Division III sport. I personally did not get a scholarship or anything like that. I don't know if you guys had any sort of like merit-based or need-based
I
sort
did
of
not, no.
scholarship. I don't. What about you?
I was lucky enough to get some academic grants as well as a few other forms of aid from Skidmore.
Yeah, that's cool. And then, you know, for those 82% of D3 athletes that play a sport, well, I think the stat was that over half of them get more than half of their tuition off anyway. So, I mean, you're not going to get a full ride, but you're also most likely not going to get a full ride for D1 unless if you're an amazing athlete, which I hope you are.
Also, what I wanted to say is like, there is no wrong or right path. It doesn't matter to what division you go. It has to be the best fit for you. And if you put the work, the hard work, you're gonna get what you want anyways.
So we have about 15 more minutes here, John, 15 more minutes. So John's gonna run through something pretty funny. Again, comments, questions, anything, let us know. If not, go rate your coach right now.
Yeah, so we're actually going to play a little game where I'll give out 2 real names of scholarships that are currently offered, and then 1 fake one, and we're going to have the other guys try to figure out which one's the fake one. So the first one is Jif's Most Creative Sandwich Contest, which is a peanut butter. The peanut butter holds the Jif Most Creative Sandwich Contest, and the most fun sandwich gets a $25,000 scholarship towards their college.
Pretty hefty scholarship.
Yeah. Some of these are kind of funny, but the amount of money you can get is not no joke. So,
Yeah.
The Wear Duct Tape to Prom scholarship is a duck brand. The Duct Tape Duck brand holds an annual contest to see who can make the best prom dress out of only duct tape. And then there's the John Yorkshire Puppy Scholarship, which is the person who takes a selfie with their dog and sends it in, and whoever looks the most like their dog gets $5,000.
That's actually, if that's true, that's hilarious.
Oh.
We had people are ready. They want to answer the questions too.
Okay.
So we'll let some people roll in and answer. So we got sandwich contest for sure, and then somebody said, "Oh my God, so ready."
We're on a slight delay, so
Yeah, we're on a little bit of a delay, so we're gonna wait a couple seconds for you guys to put in your answers to see.
So you
guess.
guys have no idea though. So
Yeah,
you
we
guys
don't.
have
Right,
answered.
right.
I'm gonna
John
say-
is the only one who knows.
All right, you go
Yes.
first. You go
For our
first.
fans at home. I'm going to guess the dog one is fake.
I'm guessing the dog one is fake only because you hesitated a little bit.
I'm going to say it's fake.
So you're
because
knocking on my ability to
Yeah.
lie. Okay.
I'm going to say the dog one is fake because I don't know if people want to be told you look like a dog.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So,
Well,
Barbi, what's your guess?
I think the second one is fake. The duct
The
tape
duct
one.
tape?
The duct
Yeah.
tape one.
Okay.
So should I wait or?
Yeah. All right. So guys, whatever scholarship.
Actually, I could go through another
Well,
one
Tara-
and then give the answer.
Tara
See.
guesses that the sandwich contest is fake.
Okay.
And Tara wants to know what Josh Brown thinks. So Josh Brown,
I don't know if Josh is still watching. I'm sure he is, actually.
Josh, you need to answer.
Andy says peanut butter is real.
Yeah.
Peanut butter.
For our
is real.
viewers at home, you better not be on
You have to
Google.
decide which
Yeah.
one is fake.
Well, no.
Annie. Not
Actually,
which
we
one
won't
is
know.
real, which one is
But-
fake. All right. So
I want to know.
Yeah. Tell us what it is.
Okay, so the John Yorkshire Look Like Your Puppy Award is the fake one.
Ah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. 1 point for me and Nick.
Why?
Oh, by the
Love
way,
puppies.
this is what we were at the conference for, so I decided to bring this along to the Facebook Live event. All right, next one. What's next?
All right, so this one is called the American Fire Sprinkler Association Scholarship, which is totaling of $20,000.
Okay.
That award is awarded to students who submit required documents, including a very interesting essay about the use of automatic fire sprinklers.
Oh,
So, really enticing read. I bet
Yeah.
there's
Barbi, no peeking.
No peeking, Barbie.
It's all right. I have them written down in notes. So.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so the Shaw-Worth Memorial Scholarship is from the Humane Society of the United States, awards $2,500 to selected high school seniors who have made significant contributions to animal protection over extended periods.
Okay.
And then the last one is,
The suspense is killing me.
okay, so this one is the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Scholarship, which awards numerous scholarships with varying requirements and sizes. Some requirements include a minimum of 19 on an ACT, be a resident of Texas and plan to go to college in Texas for a non-profit school, and that totals $18,000.
Okay, that one's definitely real because you brought up rodeos earlier. I'm all about reading you more so than thinking about the scholarship.
I'm going with the second
this
one.
one. This one has a little trap.
Oh wait, before we move on,
So-
Tara wants to know what this sign
Oh, this
says. So, a little small font, so if you can't
College
read it.
recruiting seminars, workshops, and consulting for student athletes, families, coaches, and guidance counselors at the high school level. If you're interested, email info@lockerroomtalk.com. There's our brief advertisement. Now let's continue the program.
I
Back
think
to
the
our
first one
original
is fake.
I think the second one is
I'm
fake.
going second.
Are
Okay.
you like a one person?
So I had to throw you
Yeah,
guys
we're on
off
the
the
same
scent because Keirsten's catching on to me. So all of them are actually real.
What?
That's
Yeah.
not fair.
That's not fair.
not fair.
Yes, I cheated.
That's not fair.
Keeping you all on your toes.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. So this one I won't.
So if you're interested in fire safety, then that's something that you
Oh
should
yeah, I'm
You
sure.
care from
I
Texas.
really want to read
Yeah.
those essays
Yeah,
about.
that'd be really
sprinklers.
interesting. Oh,
Um,
Lisa said first one was fake, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Lisa.
You guys are on the same page. All right, we want the next one. I'll try not to judge you by your.
Don't look at
looks,
her.
okay?
Yeah, we can't look.
I won't look at it.
I'll just do this.
All right, yeah.
So this one's called the Rome Prize, and this is the American Academy and Rome Scholarship titled the Rome Prize. Is designed for students specializing in a variety of studies, such as architecture, visual arts, and ancient studies. Each winner is provided with a stipend, meals, a bedroom with private bath, and a study or a studio. The stipends are $15,000 and 6 months of $27,000. So they pay for the first 6 months of schooling. So you basically have to write an essay about how much you love Rome, I believe it is.
Oh, cool.
And then the next one is the United States Bowling Congress
Rome.
offers scholarships to many young students who have shown a passion for bowling.
That's real.
Leagues and member organizations of the USBC offer scholarships as well. So anyone involved in USBC activities should look into a possibility of a college scholarship. And then the last one is the United Scarecrow Association, and that awards the student who creates the best scarecrow and can be used by farmers nationwide. So they create scarecrows that farmers buy from all over the country, and that one is awarded $5,000 every
So,
year for 4 years.
I want to say the last one, but I feel like that is so obscure that it's probably real. So I'm going to say the first one.
Yeah, Rome.
Okay.
Rome.
I'm
we're
going for
three-
the last
we're on
one.
the same
Last
page,
one
so
is
we're-
fake.
We're on the same page.
So should I delay it a little bit? Let someone
Yeah,
Stay
yeah.
tuned. Stay
Yeah.
tuned to find out.
Scarecrow, Rome, or
the bowling.
bowling.
During the delay,
Which one do you think
we've
is
got
fake?
we've got a couple inquiries about our
Lisa did the
LRT
State Farm.
gear. We got Dan Miller and Lisa Marie Stangl asking about our gear. We will have a shop up on our store, hopefully very soon.
On our site.
On our site, store up on our site very soon, where you guys could purchase some
Tara's
gear.
getting intense. All real, all
Dan, maybe I
cats.
could work something out, and I could get you some.
Email
official
us at
gear.
info@lockerroomtalk.com. Figure guns.
Finger guns.
Oh,
I'm going Rome.
Andy says I'm going all fake
I
curveball.
think Tara's googling everything.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so the scarecrow one was the fake one.
Oh!
Is that you?
The last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Honestly,
tried not to judge you.
You guys gotta appreciate these are off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And I have to
You're
make
making
them look
up
as
all
real.
the descriptions?
No, not all of them, but the ones that are fake. I
Well,
have
the
to,
fake
like-
one, you better get down to the money and everything.
Yeah.
Because I almost judged you
I just
on
kept
your
talking.
presentation.
You're
Until
making up the
someone-
fake one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very, like the name of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you can't make up the real ones, right?
No.
So-
No, I know. I thought maybe you like found a list of
Good
fake
question.
scholarships. All right, back to the game. Well,
We'll cut that. We'll cut that.
So I won
it is
again.
It is 1 to 1 to 1. So
Oh, we need another one?
Yeah,
Do we have a tiebreaker?
Yeah, this
Stop
is.
cheating.
Oh,
Do we have
yeah.
enough
I'm
for
not
one
cheating.
more?
Yeah, she's like, alright.
So
That's it.
just
Every time you guys
so I
lose, you
don't
call me
judge you.
cheater.
Just like we'll talk and like read through them so you can summarize them in your own words, all three of them, and then say them. Because you can tell when you're reading them versus when you're just
Yeah.
like saying them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I realize
So and
that.
I really want to guess
This is
this.
it.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
it.
so if you guys want to talk for a little bit
All right,
more,
we're gonna
Yeah.
talk for a couple of seconds. Does anyone have any questions?
Intermission
Yeah.
of the game. Colleen Gallagher asks, "Who's the incredibly handsome man on the far left?"
the,
Well, technically, this is my left. Does that mean you? No, I'm kidding.
I like staying a mystery, so.
Oh, all right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll cut
You can
that
email
one.
us at info@lockerrooms.com to find out. But yeah, all right. So we're waiting for John.
No, you just
No
announced
pressure.
it.
So while we wait, we'll just kind of quickly go back to.
Oh,
the
whoa! Someone
scholarship.
had said other left.
It's still
Yeah.
Colleen.
Oh,
Colleen,
Yeah.
To the scholarships, like one point I want to make is we've touched upon how full ride scholarships athletically are very rare, but there are ways to get a full ride scholarship without being granted a full ride athletic scholarship, whether it's applying for these random grants that John's been reading out, getting need-based aid, getting partial scholarships, partial academics. So, you know, there's just so much money in scholarships out there in the country, and every year millions of it goes unused because kids just don't know about it, don't apply for it. So just do your research. There's so many, I can't stress enough how much money is out there for scholarships. It's something I wish I knew when I was going through the process. You know, I found a few random websites, applied to a couple, and to be honest, I was like, these are kind of boring. I don't want to put the time in, but it's obviously worth it. College is a huge investment, and the more money you can get for it, obviously, the better it'll pay off in the long run.
Yeah. So are you prepared? Or are you still reading through?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
All
We
right.
got it.
The big finale.
All right, so this one's the NDS DMI Milk Competition
Oh.
Award, and this one awards the National Dairy Shrine awards $1,000 to the student who writes the best. I believe it's the best. Don't quote me on any of this, but I believe it's the best essay written about milk.
Okay.
But me questioning myself is just to throw you off the scent.
Oh, is it? You can also Google these scholarships.
Yes, the Washington Potato
I
Foundation.
can see it. I don't want to
Yeah.
see it.
The Washington Potato Foundation awards 2 or 4 year scholarships to students interested in the agriculture business.
Oh.
So you basically just have to express interest in agriculture
Not potatoes.
in Washington and in Oregon.
Okay.
It's not like
Okay.
Our
everywhere.
national one.
And then there is the Nebraska Award, where you go out and you take as much like husks of corn and put them into a barrel, and you take it to the admissions spot.
There's no way that's real. There's no way.
And
That's wrong. That's fake.
they count how many pieces of corn you have, and they pay you $1 for every kernel of
Fake.
corn.
That one's fake.
Yeah, it is fake.
Damn.
You guys really rushed me on the last
All
one.
right, that's fine. So we'll end in a tie. That's
We'll cut
fair.
all
No
of
one will
that.
get upset. Annie asks, "Can you combine grants? Meaning, can a student apply for multiple and receive multiple?" And so, yes. So with the way a lot of times, like I mentioned, grants are need-based. So you could apply for federal and state grants, and there are a bunch of different kinds that you can get. So you could get multiple different need-based grants, as well as you can combine that with scholarships. And so, yes, to answer your question, you can combine different types of grants.
I have a quick thing. Lisa said hashtag athletes of the corn, and I absolutely think if Nebraska doesn't make a scholarship, we're going around what you just said, they're doing
Nebraska.
things wrong. Yeah. Hashtag athletes of the corn.
Yeah.
I think that may be our new company
I like that.
hashtag.
It's not bad. It's not bad. We'll see
I
how
think
that
Stephen
goes.
King owes me the royalties on that.
Yeah.
All right, right. So I guess the game ended in a tie, which is fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
We're all winners.
We're all winners.
all
Yeah.
All right. So I mean,
Except
I think.
Wow.
Yeah, the host. So I think just kind of wrapping up, like I mentioned, we're here in Nashville. We were down here for the Athletic Directors Conference. Talked to a lot of great ADs today. And so, yeah, I mean, scholarships, there's so much. Keep applying, you know. There's no
Definitely.
limit to the amount of scholarships you can apply for. So, you know, the more the merrier.
And definitely check out our website. We have some information up there on our blog section about, Barbi mentioned that we had, I think it's called equivalency versus head count
Yep.
blog.
Sports, yeah.
Yeah, sports equivalency versus, or sports head count versus equivalency. I think that,
Yeah.
I believe it was called.
Something.
Okay. Plus a couple other interviews about scholarships as well as blogs about scholarships. So definitely check that out. If you have any questions, email us at info@lockerroomtalk.com if you didn't
Yeah.
get that, and go rate your coach
And
right now.
lastly,
Really quickly, before you even say anything, I'm going to throw somebody off right now. We just want to introduce our CTO, Paul, who's behind the scenes doing everything right now. He's going to poke his head in.
he's our producer.
Wait, yeah.
You'll get there. All right. And so then lastly, December 28th, our next Facebook Live event. Make sure to tune in. It's called Junior Year Reality Check. It'll let you know everything as a high school junior where you should be in the process at this time.
We're on delay, so we just saw Paul's head
Yeah.
sticking out. That's why we laughed.
All righty. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.